When you first got Phoebe, I know that when you found her, she was with like a litter of kittens, right? Because she had siblings. So when you first saw her, how would you describe her and what made you choose her?
Well, nothing.
Nothing?
I mean, when I saw her, actually I didn't know who she was, like amongst the litter, because I saw them all at the same time. And I just grabbed her because she was by herself.
She was by herself.
She was by herself. She wasn't with the others. So it wasn't like a pick and choose thing. I just saw her alone and I grabbed her.
Why is Phoebe special to you?
She just is. She's very emotionally supportive. So like when I'm not having a good day, the first thing she does is she comes to lay with me. She always keeps me company in like everything that I do. So like when I'm eating in the kitchen, like she'll lay at the table with me. When I'm playing my game, she'll lay next to me, like in her little cot while I'm on the couch. Everywhere I go, she has to go. So she keeps me company. And she's just fun. She's something, like she's entertaining. It's never like a boring day with her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time you lie my place, I do wanna say it's you, my babe. I won't be too late.
So Maya is a very different cat, and she's really, really funny. Every morning, she wakes up before anybody else, and she wakes us up with her screaming, and she goes to the pantry door and she asks for her treats every single morning, like around 6 or 7 a.m. And she won't eat a treat like out of her hand. She has to throw it, and she has to like run after it. She's very sweet, but she's kind of like every stereotypical cat because she can be really, really evil and mean sometimes. Like, me and my cousin have scars all over our hands because she loves to bite and scratch. And but she's so incredibly sweet sometimes. Like she loves to sleep on my chest and just like on top of me. And she follows us around the house. And she like her purring is so like amazing. I've heard that like their purring is like vibrational healing, and it's so amazing. I love it. I love cats because they're so like silly and in a way that I've never seen any other animal be. They can they're so unique even to other cats. And I love that every cat is like different in their own way. Her favorite places to get scratched. She loves to get scratched behind her ears and her butt. And she literally puts her butt up in the air. And also, we live in an all-female household. When there's a man over, she gets all cute. She like walks up to them all cute, like, hey, yeah. And it's so like she's so fake sometimes. She loves like a male energy in the house. But yeah, and I really like how she's really dependent. Like we can't leave her alone for a couple of minutes, or else she'll start screaming. Like that deep cat meow. That sounds like they're dying, and they have no food and no love, but we just leave her alone for a couple minutes, so she'll run around the house looking for us. If you leave the house, you can hear her screaming from under my staircase. But also at the same time, she's so independent, and I love that about her, and I love that about cats, because all they require really is just love and food and attention. At least that's what I think. Like, depending on what cat you have, they don't really need to be bathed or walked. They're kind of just content in their houses sometimes. Even though Maya does try to run away. But I think she's really happy. Yeah, I don't know.
After hearing everyone's testimony about how their cats behave, it's got me wondering, why are cats so reserved and independent? Well, a cat's social behavior depends on whether or not the cat was socialized at a young age. Socializing a kitten the first 8 weeks after the owners first meet helps the kitten socialize better with humans and cats. This means that a cat's relationship with you depends on how you introduce other cats and people, as cats are territorial creatures. Every cat is different though, so not all cats are independent and aloof as people think. Some cats get attached to their owners, and some cats like to be social with you on their own terms. Their sociability also depends on their breed and genetics. Since studies show that breeds have differences in personality, for example, studies show that ragdoll cats are relaxed, loving, and friendly, while Russian blue cats are a bit more reserved, intelligent, but playful. Despite this information, cat behavior and their sociability have not been studied enough. Which also leads to the question, why are cats so independent? Cats seem independent because they're able to cope with unfamiliar situations, as shown in the Ainsworth Strange Situation Test. The Ainsworth Strange Situation Test was where traditionally you would put a baby in an unfamiliar environment, first with their parents, then with a friend, then with a stranger, and then by themselves. This experiment was also applied to dogs, but only it's been done with a couple of cats. The results of the study reveal that while cats might prefer to interact with their owner, they do not rely on them for reassurance when in an unfamiliar environment. The researchers believe that this is because of the nature of the species as largely independent and solitary hunter.
So some of my cat's habits, like when I would come home, usually he would either be on the couch or on my bed just sleeping away. He would always be curled up into the same little ball as he always is. Or when I come home, I would just see him rolling around on the bed. He would just be with his paws up like this and just sleeping away. When I get on the bed, then he goes up to me and just curls around me. If you saw in the pictures, he would put his hand on me, his paw, and just start rubbing his head against me, being very affectionate, all like that. Another habit he would probably have when I would come home is he would instantly run to me and start meowing, either for food or attention, one of those two. Either way, I would take it as a sign of him missing. But I would say, a very sad misconception when it comes to cats is that they're not affectionate whatsoever, or they're rude or would scratch you or bite you, anything like that. I would definitely not say that's the case, because dogs are given the perspective of being the more cheerful, more positive animal, when in reality I would definitely say the cats are also just as affectionate and also just as cheerful, but it just takes time and patience. You have to give them their own space because they are more independent creatures. They are very calm, but they will show affection in their own time, in their own way, and you have to understand that as their owner. So how I feel that a cat can affect someone is that my cat personally, for me, has brought such a positive influence to my life, and it brought me a sense of security, knowing that I had someone who was like me in a way. And it made me just feel less alone, knowing that he was there if I had any problems or anything like that. Even when I had hard times and that I would be crying or anything like that, he would come to my side and start rubbing against my shoulder as if to tell me in his own way that I would be okay. But just having that companionship with you is something incredible, and it's something worth having, especially in an animal companion. Love cats. That's it.
As I was interviewing Ren, I noticed that cats have a common hobby: sleeping. All cat owners know that their cats spend so much time sleeping, but is it normal? What do they need all that sleep for? Cats sleep at least 16 or 12 hours a day, depending on their age and personality. Cats sleep so much to restore their energy, and the amount of time spent sleeping can depend on a cat's life stage. Kittens are still growing and developing, so they need at least 20 hours of sleep. Adult cats need at least 12 hours to sleep or less, and it's common for senior cats to sleep more than younger cats and are typically less active. Some reasons why cats sleep so much can be due to boredom, daily cat naps, or conserving energy, and rarely health issues and injury. You also might notice that cats like to sleep where you sleep, as shown in these examples.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass it like Stockton.
Cats are more likely to sleep with the person that they feel safe, comfortable, and happy around. Whether this is the person that feeds them, plays with them, or pets them, also has an impact. Cats also sleep on your bed as a way to mark their territory and claim you as their own. Sleeping together is a way for cats to bond and spend quality time together with their owners. Or they're just simply enjoying the warmth and softness of your bed.
So big and dark looms up around my heart.
So, what do your cats do on the daily?
Well, my cats love to wake up at about 5 a.m. and start begging for food. And they run around and they meow and they knock things off of places. So I have to take the delicate items off of shelves because they'll knock them off. I broke a seashell the other day. And then they have their breakfast. Morph tries to steal Thermilton's food all the time, the tabby one. He tries to steal the black and white one's food all the time because he eats really fast. He eats like a monster. And he's really wild. So we have to keep him away. And then they usually take a bath and then a nap. And what else do they do? Yeah, they have their morning nap. I don't know what they do most of the day because I'm often at work or around, but they're usually napping, sitting in the sunshine, following the sunbeam, on the floor. And then in the afternoon, they get fed at 6 p.m. So around 4:30, about an hour and a half, they start begging for food again, and they run around and go wah, and go wild. And then they have their dinner, 6 p.m. dinner. And then they usually clean themselves and wait for bedtime. And then when we get in bed, they usually come climb in bed, especially Wolf.
I thought it was really funny how Miss Hull described her wacky cats as cracker cats when they have zoomies. But why do cats have this sudden burst of energy? Or just times where they can't sit still? Well, this phenomenon is called zoomies, where cats randomly get excited and run around all over the place and things like that. And they do this because they have so much pent up energy from sleeping, so they need a way to release that energy. And this is why having play sessions with your cat is very important. Other reasons why your cats have zoomies are just because. And cats are often playful and silly when we least expect it.
So, my cats are able to high five, sit, and sometimes spin around. A little shaky on that one. I taught them how to sit and high five in order to build a relationship with them so that they could understand how to get a treat, how to have a relationship with a human. So kind of like with a dog, you got to give them a way to succeed.
It's pretty cool how Miss Hull's cats can do tricks. And believe it or not, even though it's difficult, you really can teach a cat to do tricks. The reason why it may be difficult though is because when you try to teach your cat a trick, cats and dogs have different have different attitudes when it comes to training. Dogs are more obedient, and they have an attitude where they just want to make you happy. But cats are more so like, make me. A famous example of trained cats are the Savitsky cats from America's Got Talent. But after all this new information we learned, there's still one important question. Do cats positively impact us? Let's hear from Miss Hool.
My cats are special to me because they give me the opportunity to care for something. I mean, I do that, of course, with my students. I get to care for a lot of people and things in my life. But there's something really special about having this little furry creature that just totally depends on you. And you get to give it love. And, there actually is something they say, like scientifically, about petting a cat soothing you. And so they're special to me for that reason. Thermilvden, he was a little punk street cat that we adopted, saved from the street. And Morph was a little goofball. He's a little alien with like this vacant look in his eyes. And I just love their goofy personalities. And when we got both of them together, they were like, we called it a bromance. They loved each other. They laughed. They played like within the first 5 minutes of meeting each other. We tried to like sort of slowly introduce them to each other, but they decided to. I could tell that they were going to get along, so we opened the door and let them play, and then they became best buds right away. As they've gotten older, they've gotten a little crankier and they don't get along as well, but I got them so they could be friends.